First tonight on News 3, the city of Janesville changing up a few polling locations. The reasoning behind tonight's decision right now at 10. Plus, negotiations begin. The village of DeForest talking severance with the police chief there. And later, collateral damage. The Monroe Street construction project having an impact on more than just those on Monroe Street.
This is News 3 at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. Voters in Rock County can no longer cast their ballot inside Janesville schools. Our Keely Arthur shares why the city council voted tonight to move polling sites out of the school district there. Keely?
That's right, Eric. More than a third of Janesville voters' polling locations have changed after Janesville City Council members voted to move polling centers out of Janesville schools. The reason? Safety.
All of our schools have secure access.
When it comes to getting into a Janesville school, district officials kind of want it to be like getting into Fort Knox.
Everybody has to get buzzed in. Everybody has to check in with the front desk and get a visitor's badge or a visitor sticker and then be taken to where they were going to be visiting if they have a purpose in the building.
But on election days, when some of the schools serve as polling locations,
we can't do that.
Amid growing safety concerns that schools on voting days open up doors that are usually locked and essentially invite in strangers, the Janesville School District decided to move polling sites off of school grounds.
In consultation with our school safety consultant and the Janesville Police, they thought it would be a good idea.
Tonight, City Council members made it official, approving 3 new polling locations. Voters at Edison Middle School will now cast their ballot at the Rock County Job Center. Those who vote at Franklin Middle School will move to Mount Calvary Lutheran, and the polling center at Washington Elementary School is now at Faith Lutheran Church.
Probably the biggest distance is Washington Elementary School moving to Faith Lutheran, and that's about 6/10 of a mile between the 2 buildings from door to door.
A small length for voters and a huge leap in keeping Janesville students and teachers safe.
Across this nation, everybody has seen what's been going on with efforts to maintain safe school facilities, and in Wisconsin, we're no different.
The city clerk tells me he took a lot of care into picking those new locations. Each have plenty of parking and space to vote inside, and voters will be notified via postcard in the mail. Eric?
Keely Arthur in studio with us tonight. Keely, thank you. In Madison, the city clerk is mailing out absentee ballots ahead of the state primary election in August. With summer vacations, the clerk's office wants to make sure everyone gets a chance to vote. If you know you're going to be gone the day of the vote, August 14th, you can request one in person through the mail or online. If you need an absentee ballot, the clerk's office will be mailing them through August 9th. Madison police are asking for help identifying a man who followed, grabbed, and offered a ride to a teenage girl this afternoon. Happened about 12:30 outside the Little Caesars on South Gammon Road. Police say this man followed her in the parking lot, grabbed a hold of her by her arm, and said something to the effect of, quote, "Let's go for a ride." Police said a passerby intervened, yelling at the man. A developing story tonight, the DeForest Village Board voted to start severance negotiations with the police chief there. Daniel Furseth was put on paid administrative leave last month, shortly after a YouTube video surfaced of him allegedly mocking a group of African-American men. According to the village president, the board voted unanimously to start the negotiations. The amount of the severance was not announced. President Trump tonight is calling out Harley Davidson. He tweeted this evening, quote, "Surprised that Harley Davidson of all companies would be the first to wave the white flag. I fought hard for them," end quote, and later told them to be patient. It comes the same day that company executives with Harley say they'll begin shifting production of some motorcycles overseas to Europe as trade tensions intensify. Now, the biggest question tonight is whether this will affect any jobs here in Wisconsin. Officials from Harley have not yet said. President Trump rallying supporters in South Carolina tonight ahead of the state's crucial runoff election tomorrow. His wide-ranging speech tackled immigration and other topics like tariffs.
I want the barriers taken down. I want our farmers to be able to trade. I want to be able to sell cars in there just like they sell cars in here. And it's all going to work out.
The European Union recently applied steep duties on American products like Harley's in retaliation for the Trump administration's tariffs on European steel and aluminum. California Governor Jerry Brown today declaring a state of emergency in Northern California because of a wildfire that has burned through 13 square miles in just 3 days. They're calling it the Pawnee Fire. It has already destroyed nearly a dozen homes. It has an official containment percentage of 0. That means a wildfire burning out of control. 600 homes remain evacuated with no timetable when people can return. Let's check in with our meteorologist, Karin Swanson, now with a look at our local First Alert forecast. Karin?
Hi there. We had some beautiful weather today, kind of a mixture of some sun and clouds, and along with that, temperatures were very comfortable. But now we're looking at some heat and humidity building as we head toward the weekend. We're looking at highs close to 90 degrees with heat index values making it feel even hotter than that. In fact, approaching 100 is what it'll feel like for both Friday and for Saturday. Right now, we're dry across much of the state, but you'll notice some showers and thunderstorms back to the west across parts of Minnesota and Iowa. Those will make their way in our direction as we head through the overnight and into the day tomorrow. Temperatures right now are in the 60s to near 70 degrees. It's 67 here in Madison, 65 in Watertown, 68 in Janesville, and 69 over toward Lone Rock. By early tomorrow morning, those temperatures are down to the middle 60s with highs reaching the low 70s. We'll see off and on showers and some thunderstorms through the day, so it's a good idea to grab your umbrella tomorrow. After that, it does heat up for later this week. We'll talk more about that forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Karin, thank you. The Supreme Court declining to weigh in on the Brendan Dassey case. He's the teenager convicted in the murder of Teresa Halbach, featured in the Netflix series Making a Murderer. The Supreme Court's decision today leaves in place a lower court's ruling against Dassey, just 16 when he was interrogated, and confessed that he joined his uncle, Stephen Avery, in the murder. Dassey's attorneys say he is borderline intellectually disabled and was pressured into a false confession. They wanted his confession thrown out and a new trial. Dean Strang, who was Avery's attorney, was on Live at 4 today to explain what's next for Brendan Dassey and his attorneys.
What they can try to do is seek a new trial based on newly discovered evidence, which would be, something other than this probably altogether. That process would start back in trial court in Manitowoc.
Wisconsin Attorney General Brad Schimmel said this about today's decision, quote, "We hope the family and friends of Ms. Halbach can find comfort in knowing this ordeal has finally come to a close." A business is recovering after an act of vandalism over the weekend. Reports of someone throwing a cinder block through the front window of Plan B nightclub has taken Facebook by storm. Now the owner not only hopes that police can find the vandal, but he has a message to whoever did it.
Madison is strong in celebrating diversity and marginalized communities, and not to be discouraged, but find strength and hope in, these messages of negative. We can turn it into a positive and promote more love than hatred.
Corey Greason there, the owner, adding that there were witnesses this weekend who saw that individual throw that cinder block, and a police report has been filed. For the first time, the Federal Drug Administration has approved a drug derived from the marijuana plant. The unprecedented move is designed to help patients with rare forms of epilepsy. Epidiolex is now the first cannabis-based drug to receive approval from the FDA. Its active ingredient is cannabidiol, or CBD, a compound in the marijuana plant. The drug has limited side effects, does not cause a marijuana high. Doctors hope the drug will be available in pharmacies by the end of the year. Some sad news from a popular TV show. Richard Harrison, best known to viewers as the old man on the History Channel's reality show Pawn Stars, died this morning after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. His son Rick says he was surrounded by those he loved. He was 77 years old. Construction on Monroe Street is a daily hassle for the businesses and the people there, but it's no picnic for the people around Monroe Street either. Our Amy Reed spoke with people 2 blocks over who said they are sick of the noise. Amy?
Gregory Street has become one of the main detours for Monroe construction. The people who live there have seen traffic go from just a few cars an hour to dozens.
Changes aren't always the easiest.
Ginger McIntosh has lived on Gregory Street for nearly 25 years. She said it's normally pretty quiet.
Well, obviously with construction, that's been a big issue.
Construction on Monroe has changed that. When cars can't go here, they drive here, which has meant a lot more traffic and a lot more noise.
Okay, well, wait a minute, because this is what it constantly is doing. You can't even hear. That's what's going on 7 days a week. It's a little better on Sundays.
Ken Golden has been through construction so much, he has a shirt to prove it.
It says, "We survived Gregory Street, 2017, and now we're going to probably be able to do another one for 2018 and another one for 2019.
He tucks in his side mirror on his car because his neighbors have gotten theirs knocked off. But he said this construction and the traffic is just something you have to deal with.
It bugs the hell out of me, but I got headphones, I put my music up loud, you know, and I read physics and...
Ginger just wants people to drive better and with more patience. She put out signs to remind people, slow down.
I don't know what we can do other than getting people to realize that this is a neighborhood that they're cutting through.
Ginger told me she has contacted her alder to try and figure out a solution. She said they're doing the best they can, but there's no perfect fix. She just hopes people will drive with more caution.
Yeah, a lot of patient folks down there. They really have to be at this time. Amy, thank you very much. Madison police reminding moped drivers of a new parking ordinance after receiving a number of recent complaints. The ordinance went into effect back in January to create more public walking space in the downtown area. Under that ordinance, mopeds and motorcycles can park on the street in any legal space, but not on sidewalks or by bicycle racks. Up to 3 mopeds or motorcycles can park in a single metered space. Concerts on the Square season kicks off this week in just 2 days. Wednesday night, the first performance will feature Matthew Udry, an 18-year-old award-winning cellist from Kenosha. Starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, folks can come to the King Street corner of the Capitol Square to get their blankets on the lawn. Seating, of course, as always, first come, first serve. Food booths open at 5. Each concert will start at 7. Other concerts on the Square dates are the 4th of July, as well as July 11th, 18th, 25th, and August 1st. Still to come tonight at 10, a few alert days in the forecast this week. Karen will have her complete forecast. But first, fighting hunger over the summer months. How you can become a hunger hero. That's next. Welcome back. We are almost a month now into summer break for students, and many of them right here in Dane County are trying to find where their next meal will come from. And All of us here at WISC-TV 3 are teaming up with the Goodman Community Center to step up and help, and we're asking you to join us and become a hunger hero. Our Leah Linscheid has a look at how the pantry helps kids help their families.
You ever been in here before, LaCherie?
LaCherie Stewart Gates.
Let's go grab one of those bags over there.
Is on the hunt.
Does that look like sandwich bread?
A scavenger hunt of sorts. Or at least that's what it seems like. With teacher Nick Howard at her side, groceries are a game.
So there's a lot of you at home, right?
In reality, LaCherie's winning prizes play an important role for her family.
I love sandwiches.
Helping to plan meals while mom is at work.
Mom is super busy. She's got a lot of stuff going on. She's got 4 kids. So, all right, okay. LaCherie definitely and her older sister take on like that helpful older sibling type of role with them.
Hers is one of many families kept fed by the Goodman Community Center, especially this time of year, when that reliable school lunch isn't an option.
It's critical for them to have this food pantry open during the summertime.
Our goal this summer is to help people make it through the weekend with enough food to feed their families.
That's the whole idea behind Hunger Heroes. The center is teaming up with us here at WISC-TV to find heroes in our community, asking local businesses and residents to donate food to center families in need.
A few cans of food, a dozen eggs, a loaf of bread can mean the difference between a family and the children in the family eating on the weekend and not.
I make macaroni.
LaCherie's Loot.
I love this kind of peanut butter.
Is a look at the kind of foods the pantry hopes to collect.
And another one, and another one.
To keep her family and hundreds of others from hunting for their next meal this summer. In Madison, I'm Leah Linscheid for WISC News 3.
If you are interested in becoming a hunger hero, there are a couple of ways you can get involved. You can donate to Goodman Community Center or stop it by Festival Foods on East Wash or the Eastside Hy-Vee store to make a small donation that'll benefit the effort. And tune in this Thursday to News 3 for a special phone bank from 4 until 6:30 to help feed families this summer. Speaking of summer, it's going to be in full force come weekend. Karen Swanson joining us now with a complete look at our forecast.
Well, we'll be feeling that heat and humidity later this week, so I guess enjoy some of the comfortable temperatures that we have now and that we'll have into tomorrow as well. We do have some dry weather across the state right now, but there are some showers and thunderstorms not too far to our west across parts of Iowa and Minnesota. Eventually, as an area of low pressure heads to the east, we will get into some of those shower and thunderstorm chances across southern Wisconsin by very late tonight and into the day tomorrow. As far as the severe weather threat, it should stay off to our southwest for tonight. Tomorrow, as that low pressure system heads to the east, we will be on the northern fringe of where that severe weather threat is located. Just a marginal risk of seeing a strong or a severe thunderstorm here across the far southern part of the state. So that's saying an isolated chance that one of those storms could become strong or severe. The better chances for seeing that severe weather tomorrow will stay down to the south across parts of Illinois. It does look like it's going to be a cooler day tomorrow, back into the low 70s on those highs, but watch what happens after that. Those temperatures climbing toward the weekend. Friday and Saturday, temperatures reaching the low 90s and even feeling warmer than that when you factor in some of the high dew points. It is going to be feeling well into the 90s, if not close to 100 degrees during the afternoons, and that's why we have some alert days in the forecast for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are some days that you'll definitely want to take it easy and try and maybe have a plan to avoid the heat. Our time lapse from early this morning in Madison shows a beautiful sunrise, some clouds streaming through, but some dry weather to start the day, and that's the way it ended up through the day. Some dry weather through the day. Temperatures today were at 78 and 58 degrees, just slightly below those normals for today of 81 and 59. Right now in Madison, it's 67 degrees rather. Winds are out of the east at 9 miles per hour. Those temperatures elsewhere are in the 50s off to the east, some 60s and 70s elsewhere, 69 degrees right now over toward Platteville. Across the rest of the region, you'll notice some of those cooler temperatures right through the Great Lakes region, but the rest of us seeing those 60s and 70s. And here's that area of low pressure I was mentioning. That's off to our west, and that's going to start to head in our direction, bringing some of those shower and thunderstorm chances to southern Wisconsin late tonight and into the day tomorrow. Those come to an end late tomorrow night, and then we get into some drier weather as we head through the day on Wednesday. So tonight, 64 degrees, some breezy winds, scattered showers and thunderstorms develop late at night. Then tomorrow, showers and some thunderstorms, some breezy winds with a high of 73. Here's a little closer inspection of that on our future track forecast, seeing those showers and thunderstorms make their way across the southern part of the state by early tomorrow, especially across the south central and southwest sections of the state. All of us see some of those off and on as we head through the day tomorrow, and then we'll continue to see those scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head through tomorrow night, coming to an end by early on Wednesday. As far as precipitation potential, I don't really buy that, but I think a lot of areas looking at in the range of about 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of rain. There could be some isolated spots that check in with some higher rainfall totals if those storms track right on top of you. Behind that, we are looking for some dry weather as we head through the day on Wednesday. Highs back into the upper 70s, and then we do climb after that. We do have a slight chance of a shower or a thunderstorm late Thursday night into early on Friday. A better chance of seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms by the second part of the weekend, and we'll stay warm and humid as we head through next week. Some heat and humidity for the 4th of July as well.
Enjoy these comfortable days and the days ahead before that heat comes in. If you don't like the heat, I don't mind the heat.
I don't mind it too much, but we don't have to work outside either.
That's true. It can be difficult in those situations. Karin, thank you. Just ahead, Dante DiVincenzo officially introduced today. We'll hear from the Bucks' first-round pick next in sports.
Well, the Brewers with a rare day off after splitting the series with the Cardinals in the last 4 days. Still no word on how Travis Shaw is doing after he left yesterday's game in the third inning after tweaking something in his right wrist. Now, this is the Brewers' last day off until the All-Star break on July 16th. Cubs and Dodgers out in LA for the start of a 4-game series. Dwayne Underwood Jr. starting on the mound for the Cubs, called up today from Iowa to do so. Dodgers counter with Kenta Maeda. Right now, Dodgers leading 1-0 in the fourth thanks to a solo shot from Cody Bellinger in the third inning. Bucks first-round draft pick Dante DiVincenzo officially making an appearance in Milwaukee today. The 17th overall pick out of Villanova will wear number 9 for the Bucks. General Manager John Horst said they were very excited about DiVincenzo, and lots of cheering ensued when the Bucks got him. The former Wildcats guard, fresh off of a national championship and the title of most outstanding player in the Final Four, and he's ready for whatever role he'll need to play in Milwaukee.
Just to be able to play alongside somebody like Giannis and to be able to play alongside people who just want to win. You see the way they play the game, their mentality, how they play throughout the game, and I just want to be a part of that. Honestly, I think that they can just put me anywhere on the court and just give me a role to do, knock down shots, defend, just rebound, just do a lot of the little things just to get started, to get my feet wet. And then once I establish myself, my role will grow.
Every player's journey is a little bit different. Some guys play immediately and have more of a role, and some of them take time and figure it out. But there'll be a lot of time and thought that goes into his development, to his growth, and I think he has a long-term future with us, and he brings a lot to the table that we really value.
Well, big day in World Cup action. Teams playing to advance out of group play and into the round of 16. We start with Spain and Morocco. Second half action here, game tied at 1 apiece. The corner, Youssef En-Nesyri, the beautiful header there. I mean, does it really get any better than that? 2-1, Morocco. It does get better, by the way. Don't worry for this Spanish fan here. Let's show you in slow Last year, there was this awful golden bust made of him that was borderline insulting because it did not resemble him at all. Well, now a group of Portuguese journalists think that this sculpture resembles him as well. It's called the Citizen of a Distant Planet of Jupiter and was created by a Russian sculptor in 1962. Does it look like him? I mean, you be the judge. I say no. We'll be right back.
We have some clouds across the area right now, some showers and thunderstorms off to our west. Those will make their way into southern Wisconsin late tonight and into the day tomorrow. Remember your umbrella tomorrow. We'll have that off and on wet weather through the day. High of 73 tomorrow. After that, temperatures really climb toward the weekend.
Corin, thanks. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Now.